A highway wanders through the desert. A tumbleweed drifts past a dusty dive bar. A coyote shrieks out to no one in particular. Someone's bleeding out in a bathroom stall. The stars tonight are bright, but not nearly bright enough. This place does not exist, and yet, here you are. Welcome to San Arroyo, kindred. We here at Dubious Creatures present to you the vampire with no name. Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Up is down, left is right, ass is over tea kettle. You have no idea where you're going, but the current is taking you somewhere.
I think Jeremy, because so this is a great spot to mention that Jeremy really can't swim. I think he basically like intellectually knows he doesn't need to breathe, but is still panicking and frantically flailing, trying to get back to the surface. So he is just like a bundle of panicked everything as he gets like bounced off of rocks and corners as he gets swept down the current.
Yeah, you don't know where Rita is, you don't know where anything is, really. Your lungs are filling with water, and even though you know that's not as much of a problem for you as it used to be, it doesn't stop the just sheer animal panic from setting in. Give me we'll call this just a straight composure plus resolve check.
2 successes. Actually, well, I'll spend willpower. Still 2 successes. Didn't help.
Despite your attempts to master yourself, you feel like you careen into every hard surface and object there is to careen into on your way somewhere. Wherever it is, you think you might have left several pieces of your epidermis along that path. You take 2 points of superficial damage. That's after having. Till finally, mercifully, you're deposited somewhere. You're not sure where exactly, but you flail and find yourself connecting with some kind of solid surface underneath your hands and arms, and you just get to soldier crawl your way up and out into the dank air, coughing, spluttering. But it's pitch black wherever you are.
I think Jeremy like flops onto his back in the darkness and just starts to panic laugh, like just pure hysterical laughter as like staring off into the abyss.
I mean,
completely done, hurt, and knowing he's lost, knowing no one's ever going to be able to find him down here, and just complete letting it all out.
I mean, they said you'd wind up in the gutter, but this is a tad more literal.
I think when it all kind of stopped, like he eventually like gets it all out, and he's just kind of like laying there staring off into the dark. He'll like sit up, and he's just gonna start to very softly like whistle, like into the like just whistle a tune into the darkness. At least the sun can't get him here, and I feel like he's gonna wait for the music to lead him out.
You kind of whistle tunelessly. You're trying to get your bearings. Your head still swimming. That's when you hear it. A low growl.
I'll turn to it. I can't see it in the darkness, but I imagine Jeremy basically just kind of sits up a little straighter, and he keeps kind of just slowly whistling. And I think his kind of resolution here is, in the dark, he can't get away from whatever this is. So it's either going to attack him or it's not. But I imagine he kind of changes the pitch of what he's whistling to something a little softer. More like I imagine he starts whistling like a children's rhyme. or like ring around the rosy, something like that. He just goes kind of like low and childlike.
You hear the sound of footsteps splashing their way towards you. And then a light shines out in the darkness.
He kind of like holds a hand up to, because I assume it hurts, because obviously light in total black. Ow.
You see that Frida woman who you tackled. Sans shotgun, but having apparently stashed some kind of waterproof flashlight. She looks just as wet and miserable as you do, her long dark hair now sticking to the sides of her head, and her expression is thunderous, to say the least. Stop it.
Whistling?
The music.
It never stops.
Well, it's drowning out everything else, so stop it.
He kind of like tilts his head and is like looking at her. Is like, can you hear it? Can you hear it too?
I can hear you, and you sound like the world's shittiest one-man band.
Well, I'm sure the acoustics down here aren't helping. I think he'll like stand up and like brush the presumable like mess off of him, like just kind of like wiping his hands.
Yeah, you don't want to know what you've been rolling through.
And then he kind of like looks at her and says, I take it you don't know the way out, do you?
This is a situation.
Follow the music out.
There's another sound. Some kind of scraping. She immediately pivots and shines the light into the darkness. You don't see anything lurking. This is... Right now the situation is that we're trapped down here with a white. For the moment, you're at best an ally in a tactically disadvantageous situation. At worst, you're spare blood.
Thanks. You look good, too.
We need to get out of here. The rest can wait.
He kind of like actually like laughs, like gives a little chuckle, and he says, "The only thing that I could hear before is Anselm and Masov."
Why?
What?
Why them?
Masav's more like you know the song from Friday the 13th, like the musical Sting? He's like that, but it's like strings and more, there's tension and like horror and like a constant build. Anselm's more like an old ballet, like Wagner or something, like old German opera. They're the loudest things I can hear. They drown everything else out.
Your friends heading towards the horror music?
They were before finding you guys. We were only thing I could hear at that moment was Anselm, presumably right after you guys found him.
Her expression, which was previously, well, pissed, goes from contemplative in a split second. You're connected. I don't know how, but you're connected. And that's the one advantage we've got right now.
I mean, okay. I mean, I can try to find it again if you want. It's just...
Either we find it or it finds us and presumably kills us in some horrible way. If all of your friends are heading towards it, I'd rather have the advantage of numbers.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna, like, step up next to her and then tilt my head and try to listen for... I mean, I know what Misav's music sounds like. That's what I'm listening for.
Give me another wits plus all specs roll.
This is not a good. Messy crit 6. And I get hungrier. Oh, no, I don't get hungrier. So just messy crit 6. I think we're going to find him.
Oh, that's loud. And it's mounting, and
He's coming. Is that all Jeremy says?
that's when you hear a second growl. Further away, but lower. Deeper. And this is, you're pretty sure, the part where the musical sting intensifies to let the audience know just how royally screwed these poor side characters are. Rita just grabs your wrist and says, "Move."
You gonna hate me if I shove you in the water again so you get away?
She's ignoring you, just
Okay.
physically dragging you.
Drags her off. He'll let her lead her wherever she's going.
You hear something loping through the darkness after you. The rest of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clearly there was some kind of confrontation because it left a trail. It's... the blood scent isn't just noticeable, it smells rich. For some of you, there's a moment, a split second, where there's a part of you that wants to just start licking it off the filthy floor.
I'm at hunger for...
It's a brief notion, but it's there. And it gives you something to follow, especially since one of your number can see in the dark.
Everyone ready?
As I'll ever be.
Yup. Let's go.
I will lead the pack.
Yeah.
Path takes down a flight of stairs. You think you're in the actual sewers now. It's getting tighter, more cramped, more water. You're leading from the front here, Crowe. Go ahead and give me wits plus awareness or wits plus survival.
3 successes.
Hard to track a blood trail through at least a few inches of dirty water, but looking around, you see what nobody else could see in this pitch blackness, that is claw marks. Faint but noticeable. Made by something so sharp that it actually left grooves in the concrete. And then you see, darting between passages, a light. Very noticeable to all of you.
That's weird.
And
Like
then
a flashlight light?
You're not sure, but you see something, very briefly, something hulking and almost running on all fours, briefly silhouetted, but it appears to be headed away from you.
It is a wounded monster. Wounded animal. It makes sense that it runs. I guess we gotta give chase. But definitely try to see wherever the light is coming from.
Jeremy, can you give me a Dex plus Athletics roll?
2 successes.
Alright, could the rest of you please give me a Dex plus Athletics roll, because you have a direction to go in.
2 successes from Crowe.
2 successes.
7 successes, messy critical.
I also have a messy critical.
I sense a pervading theme tonight. Jeremy, you feel something slice into the meat of your back from behind.
I think. I think Jeremy just screams.
You take, after having 4 points of superficial damage.
And yeah, that's gonna be bad. Okay. I'm in. Obviously, I'm wrapped by that. I think he screams, and then he like turns his head to the lady he's with because he doesn't know who she is, and says "run," and then like turns on the monster.
She doesn't have a chance to reply because suddenly several things happen at once. Raleigh and Aster, you see the thing that was Masav once again, like a repeat of the exact moment in that laundromat, towering over Jeremy.
I'm certainly not going to let it be a repeat.
You have a split second to do something before it tears into him more.
Can I get between Jeremy and it? I can take the hit.
Give me stamina plus athletics.
You know what? Really want to succeed, so we're gonna rouse. The beast and I are in accord. That is hunger unchanged. And 5 successes.
You said you wanted to take the hit.
Do.
After having 3 points of superficial damage,
I'm also headed into aggravated, but that's fine.
it keeps it from killing Jeremy, which is enough. And Aster, you're here, and you're in the middle of it, and you're not really sure what your plan was, but you're here.
I am pulling Jeremy away as fast as possible.
You see, as that happens, as Raleigh is basically holding off this thing as well as it rains blow after wild blow against her, and she's clearly defending herself as best as she's able, but there's no amount of martial arts training that can prepare you for this just kind of rabid assault. You see, the woman, Frida, launches forward with the flashlight. You see her jam it into its eye.
Oh yeah.
And there's an immediate spark and crack of glass, and the thing roars. You're all plunged back into darkness, but it moves very quickly away from you, further down the corridor.
Fuck.
By this point, the rest of you have caught up.
Fucking right. But I'm... Oh, it's on a run again.
Okay, who here is actually like mobile and can fight?
I'm still standing. I could fight.
Need a lighter, but I can do it.
Okay, let's
Do
go.
my best.
Jesus, Raleigh, I'm not worth it.
Oh, shut up.
up.
We're all worth that.
Yeah.
Nobody
We're
here
all
is
siving.
fuck.
Team not breathing sticks together.
You're
Nobody's
insane.
fucking dying, or I will kill you myself.
Yeah,
What a mood.
yeah.
What a mood.
How are you gonna find it without me? Jerry just starts to like choke sob.
You all are clearly crazy.
Yeah.
The woman just says flatly.
Crowe
Welcome to the
says, "Are we
club.
going or no?" And she's going to start taking off towards it because the longer we stand here talking, the further it's getting away from us.
Ash will follow.
Jerry's gonna start limping in that direction.
I will help Jeremy limp along.
Rita just watches you all go with a clearly almost perplexed expression.
Jeremy blows her a kiss before he disappears into the darkness.
Jesus Christ.
Of course.
You're psychotic.
You gonna help or not? Come on.
Nick likes you for some reason.
It's my charming personality.
She is taking up the rear. Whether she likes you or not is irrelevant. She has a job to do, and she's here to do it. You continue to follow it. You can see you're not really sure where you're going. You feel like you're deep under the city now. But the chamber starts to widen out again. Maybe you're back in the flood tunnels. Maybe you're somewhere else. You're not sure, but either way. And there's light. Not a lot, but a little bit. Some sort of, maybe another sewer grate, maybe some other edifice above ground that's letting in just a little bit of street light to illuminate the surroundings. This large junction. You can see more bits and pieces. More tents, more lean-tos, more pieces of a group of people that so often the rest of the city forgets. Thankfully, you don't see any people around. Even the white seems a little surprised at this. You can see it's rocking back and forth violently, knocking over pieces of slightly moldy furniture as though it's searching. Fangs bared, tongue rolling out, growling, huffing, wounded. One eye's just a bloody mess. Torso's riddled, buckshot. It's looking for a meal, and it can't find one. Instead, it found all of you.
And I am just going to barrel right towards it with a Bowie knife and essentially try to engage it in fight me to give the other people a chance to stake it. This is Tattershade all over again.
Final act. Sonia reaches the Baron Mesa, confronts the villainous Lord Tattershade, challenging him to one-on-one combat. It's corny as hell, but that's the movie business.
Yeah. That's all I know.
Give me Dex plus melee.
I'm going to do an all-out attack.
Okay.
I'm going to spend willpower to reroll a couple of dice for 6 successes.
Anselm's expertly crafted blade will give you a +3 on the damage. It's a fine bit of workmanship, even by the standards of, frankly, comically large cowboy knives. There's some resistance, but it's a wild animal. It doesn't really know how to defend itself. It just flails. And the knife cuts into it, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't shatter. It feels good. Ugly little part of yourself that delights in actually getting to get your licks in. As for the rest of you, it seems like Raleigh certainly got its attention.
I'm gonna go punch it.
Strength plus sprawl.
F it, I'm gonna go all for an all-out attack as well. 2 successes.
Okay, maybe we were a little too confident. You try to go in for the mother of all haymakers. You want to get your licks in too. You feel like you owe this thing. Unfortunately, it rounds on you at the last second, even as Raleigh continues to punish it with expert slices and stabs with the knife. And you get a backhand right to the jaw. Fortunately, your fortitude, you only take a point of superficial damage.
Small favors.
I'm going to do my best in this moment to try and get in and stake this thing while they have it distracted.
Yeah. You know where to strike, right between the third and fourth rib. This time, you're pretty certain the damn thing won't shatter. Well, that's unfortunate.
That is one success possibility of bestial failure.
And it was going so well, too. You try to dart in. Fortunately, the problem isn't even the creature. The problem is Raleigh. She's moving too fast. You don't want to accidentally get her, not when she's the only thing that's seemingly keeping its attention. Then it moves. Another one of those sudden bursts of speed. It tackles into you, Crowe. You can feel its fangs inches from your face. You're getting a serious sense of deja vu. Aster?
First off, Aster looks to Jeremy and is like, hey, do you have a lighter?
Jeremy kind of gives her a very pained smile and then fumbles into a pocket. I'm assuming my clothes are still on, right? I didn't get completely stripped or anything terrible. Okay. He fumbles and he pulls out a Zippo and he kind of looks at it and then he kind of says, I told you I'm not worth it. Go help them. And he passes her the Zippo.
She will absolutely take it and sort of lean down and grab the other syringe out of her boot.
Second time's the charm.
Time to become a living weapon.
Give me a rouse check to activate the formula.
Ooh, we are in accord. My beast kind of likes this, actually.
You know, it's nice not being on the receiving end.
Yeah, actually, kind of is.
I'm starting to see the appeal.
Definitely. And just like before, she will kind of like rip open her own wrist and let the blood pool in her hand.
Yeah.
And
right now, it appears to be dead set on biting into Crowe.
Well, at least it's distracted, so it's not going to see this. And she will yet again fling her blood, but try to do it closer this time so she doesn't just waste another lighter.
Well, it's a big thing, and you got a fistful of your own blood. You could just walk up and try to smear it on him.
You know what? Sure. Let's say Aster is that brave.
All right, it's good. Give me a Dex plus Athletics roll.
6 successes.
6 successes on a critical. You dart in, and just as this thing looks like it's about to rip out Crowe's carotid, you literally smack it in the side of the face. The fistful of your now very diesel-smelling blood, and with its one good eye, it rears up, trying to blink this fluid out of its gaze.
Before she tosses the lighter, Aster learned earlier, was like, and just yells, fire, to try to give everyone a moment to like reflexively brace themselves.
Fire indeed, as suddenly the white's head goes up like a Roman candle. Everybody in this enclosed space to give me a willpower check. The exception of you, Aster.
One success, and I am very close to this.
2 successes. I tried to, brace myself the best I could.
Got 3 for just the little guy, Jeremy.
Unfortunately, warning is all well and good, but fire in enclosed space? Bad. Everybody, with the exception of Jeremy and Aster, scrambles backwards. Even you, Raleigh, with your knife held in a confident reverse grip, suddenly feel this sudden urge to get the hell out of this thing's general vicinity as the fire spreads from its head down onto its shoulders, and soon the entire upper half of its body is just this massive burning torchwick as the layers of old ragged clothing, whatever has been collecting on there for who knows how long, just starts to go up. It howls and flails, knocking into other structures, spreading the embers.
Not my cleanest work, but
incredibly, it is still not dead. Fortunately, Frida's not much help in this situation either. She also failed her willpower check.
Is this one of those things where I can spend a willpower and master myself for just a quick moment?
You can, if you have will to burn.
I do. And I'll do it just to rush at this thing and take another all-out attack at it.
Dex plus melee. This one's for the whole enchilada.
Rouse one more time. Hunger unchanged. Another 6 successes.
You're a student of cinema, Raleigh. So how cinematic do you make this moment?
I flip that reverse grip, and this knife goes directly through where the heart should be, and I push it back and pin it to a nearby wall, the knife probably going several inches into the wall, and I, growling like a feral animal, but it's almost like I'm there again, shooting that scene. I'm Sonya again. It's just Tattershade, and like before, I pull through. I win.
And cut. Things look positively ghoulish now. Fast-acting flames are rendering down its head down to the skull. Its clawed hands reach up even as you shove Anselm's knife through its sternum, and then fall to its sides. And there's almost a sigh of relief, or maybe just air escaping an old corpse.
Be free.
Just slumps down against the wall. The fire continues to spread rapidly, almost hungrily. As you back up, you see it consumes every inch of him, every bit of flesh, every scrap of clothing, till eventually there's nothing left but a burnt silhouette of fine black ash.
You rest well. We should get out of here.
Yeah, as sort of a weird habit, I'd kind of be a Roman Catholic, cross myself for a moment, and then just say, yeah, we should get out of here.
How do we get the fuck out?
Way we came.
Hey, fan of the opera.
I think Jeremy is like balling up on himself and like almost falling over. He's laughing.
Ash will slide an arm under his, like holding up, and it's like, nope, we're getting out of here. No time to fall over with the chuckle fucks.
Yeah. We all really need a shower.
So bad.
Oh god. Ooh, how am I going to look at the
Don't
2
like
aggravated damage worth of claw marks on me, and it's going, this is going to be really hard to explain.
I think it is slowly like turning from like hysterical laughter into something like a choked sob, and he just like collapses into Ash's arms.
Crowe, you good?
Yeah. Can me and my friend stay at your place for a bit?
Absolutely. Not tonight, though. I need a night to myself tomorrow. Come over tomorrow.
I will offer a sun-proofed living room and couch. If it's going to be a little cozy, but, well, you can at least crash there for the night or the day.
Just need to ride out to my place to pick up.
We'll make sure it happens. I'm assuming this conversation is happening while they're walking out or moving out. Yeah.
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Great.
You realize how fucked we are, right? He's gonna fucking kill us.
Not if we spin this correctly.
They did the fucking job. If they have a problem with that, that sounds like a them problem.
Exactly. They told us to kill him, and we did.
We did it. And if they have problems with that, I have talked my way out of worse shit in my life.
And it does kind of sound like this blood hunt thing is every man for themselves. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the first time Underhanded Tactics has done something like this.
Mm-hmm.
You're not wrong, says Frida. You almost kind of forgot she was there for a second.
Sure did.
I have to find my boss.
Good luck. Tell Nick I'm sorry.
Not my accounting, not my problem. You all are clinically insane.
Yeah. Been told that before.
She just starts walking further into the sewers.
Yeah, gonna attempt to navigate our way out of here.
I'm sure there's like service hatches or whatever that go up to the surface.
Oh,
Where
yes.
on the surface, I have no clue, but like.
Oh yes, you may not be able to trace your way back the way you came, but it's not terribly difficult to find a service ladder leading up to a manhole cover. Slowly push your way out onto the street level, and, well, fortunately, looks like you didn't come out in the middle of the town square or anything like that. But you're definitely a ways away from Little Hollywood.
Of it.
I think maybe near downtown. You can see Magdalen Tower. Not so much in the distance as it is towering over you.
Is it worth, I gesture towards Magdalen Tower. Worth going to report?
Yeah. I mean,
13th floor?
Before someone makes us disappear.
Yeah, let's head that way. Was there any ash that remained of Masav that, could have, I don't know, ripped something and, gathered up some of it?
You wanted to collect some of it, then.
As a little bit of evidence.
It's quite possible. As you're walking towards, in the direction of Magdalen Tower, trying, to avoid main thoroughfares because you're not sure how you'd explain, well,
everything.
Any of this, much less to the police. Somebody walks into your path. Somebody who you, Jeremy, actually recognize.
What is it?
Carson.
I'm gonna, tear away from... Because presumably I'm still leaning on Aster. And, step up in front of him. Carson? What are you doing here?
Hey, kid. It's a Carson individual. Middle-aged guy. Kind of slightly thinning hair. Wearing almost like formal wear. Nice button-up shirt and slacks. Very polished shoes.
It's a small way from me.
I was looking for you, actually. But I guess, these are them.
These are they, yeah.
Cool. Hey, folks. Carson Longbow. There's somebody who wants to meet all of you.
Wants?
It's not far. Just around the corner here, actually. Can take you through the back entrance. No need to cause a fuss. You all look like you're having a time.
It's been a week.
He takes you further down, where you realize, Jeremy, it's one of the back entrances to Provence. You head back to the door, back through the large, impressively outfitted kitchens, currently seemingly closed down for the evening as there isn't a soul in sight. Back out through the bar entrance, this large, impressive main area that has this strange sort of neo-Beaux Arts aesthetic to it that seems rather a touch too fancy for the city it's currently located in.
I think Taylor and I went on a date here.
The food's actually pretty good. It actually has 2 Michelin stars.
And for this town.
It's the go-to for Crawford family dinners and celebrations.
You're greeted by the sound of piano music. Someone's playing at the grand piano that usually, Jeremy, around this time of night, you'd find yourself stationed at.
Who's there?
A woman in a very simple but very elegant black evening dress, over which a short coat with, you think, a genuine fur stole. She has long silver hair, elegantly parted around a heart-shaped face that, well, she's definitely not in the prime of her youth anymore. She's one of those people who is clearly aged like a fine wine. She's playing rather expertly on this piano. You don't recognize the melody, Jeremy. Much like this restaurant, she seems altogether far too elegant for this sort of place.
Maybe that piano was too good to be here.
And sitting, well, more like trying not to collapse at a table nearby, looking every bit as disheveled and thoroughly done with tonight as you are, is Anselm.
I'm just gonna stand there and sort of wait to see what happens, give Anselm a small nod.
He just gives you a very tired look, but doesn't say anything. Carson opens up the side of the bar for you all to walk through, but doesn't follow you. And as you approach closer to the woman playing the piano, she stops mid-set and taps a key experimentally a couple of times. This sounded out of tune to you, Mr. Reed?
Is it the sour note?
Sounds a bit like it, yeah.
Yeah, I've been hearing it for months. Or days. It's kind of hard to keep track.
It has been a rather eventful few nights, hasn't it? She turns in her seat to face all of you. Anselm here gave me the very abridged version of events. But given that you're all still staying here and not decaying in some sewer adjunct underneath Little Hollywood, I assume you were successful?
Yes.
This domain is poorer for it. She taps the key again. He's made it very clear to me that the events that were set in motion at the illegal rave a few nights prior were due to his interference. I never took him for the penitent type, but I suppose we all have our breaking points. Dawn is fast approaching, fledglings, so I'll be brief. You've done this city a great service, and you've also deprived it, perhaps one of its most devoted sons. I hope you realize the gravity of it all.
Yeah, I think so.
But you have proven resourceful, determined, and able to make the best of a bad situation. Rough around the edges, certainly, but I'm sure that give it a few years, we can polish them smooth.
Molly is biting her lip biting sort of the inside of her cheek at the mention of years.
There are, of course, still some extant threads, obviously. Deaths of so many kind and so short of time are certainly going to draw uncomfortable questions. But at the moment, that is no longer the concern of you five. You may rest easy, kindred. You have my word. Whatever you think you may have done, whatever toes you may have stepped on, there will be no retaliation. She taps the key again. Must have this tuned.
I haven't been maintaining it the last couple weeks.
There's no place for you here if you'll take it. Imagine a pay raise might be in order given your more permanent issue of residency.
I don't want to cause you trouble. I think somebody saw me online, so people are going to come looking for me soon.
As you choose.
As you said, sunrise is approaching. Oh, get out of your hair, Your Highness.
Highness is rather old-fashioned, isn't it?
Well, Nick didn't tell me the proper term.
You may refer to me as Prince Calais. You were dismissed.
Yeah, I'm not going to stick around.
Turn to head back toward the exit.
Anselm just sits there with his elbows on the table, practically collapsing onto it. Like he's barely able to hold himself up.
Gonna speed run getting everyone back home, I guess.
Dawn is approaching. But somehow you did it. So why doesn't this feel like a victory?
I was gonna say, it feels very hollow.
Music never stops, that's why.
What do they call it? Pyrrhic victory. Yeah, well, survived another night. Guess that's about as much as we can hope for right now.
Hey, now that we're no longer like under the threat of death and like unliving nightmares, you want to like actually like, I don't know, grabbing a drink is like sort of kind of not a thing, but like
Everyone laid.
oh, I wasn't gonna be so.
Mm.
We should hang out so we actually like, you know,
Friends.
be friendly and not like just we're stuck together because we're all gonna die.
Okay,
Yeah.
tomorrow night, my house, movies, pillow fort, pajama party.
That sounds amazing.
Thank you for not leaving me in the sewer drain.
What? Never.
We stick together.
You break apart. And eventually, dawn breaks. Citizens of San Arroyo, such as they are, such as it is, get up, they have breakfast, they try to ignore that text, they try to follow up on that email, go to work, they commute, they yell at that dipshit that cut them off at the turn signal. They come home, they relax, or they don't. The sun goes down, and the dead wake. The dead wake underneath St. Francis Garces. Within the refectory, sealed behind a slab-like metal door, Sebastian sits there in a dirty cot. Surroundings are all bare concrete and deep shadows. He doesn't seem particularly bothered, humming to himself tunelessly as he scratches something onto the floor with a single claw. Looks vaguely like a pit, surrounded by writhing tendrils. Or are they roots? There's a sudden clank of hydraulics and a low hiss of oiled hinges as the door suddenly swings open, and Sebastian turns to see the silhouette of a hulking, ragged figure, one hand clutching a long, sickle-like dagger with a blade of yellowed bone. Sebastian grins. What took you so long? The figure doesn't respond, merely advances further into the cell. The door rumbles shut behind him. Sebastian stands up. Look, before you start, I had to do something. Okay, Rafe's getting too big for his britches, and we both know it. The newcomer continues to advance. Sebastian's grin shrinks by a few molars. He backs up, till his back is against the opposite wall. Hey, wait. You still need me. I'm the only one who knows how to get in. The figure's on him in a flash, pinning him to the wall, sickle blade pressed to the gangrel's throat. Sebastian's grin is now a defiant snarl, but his eyes betray the terror. Fine. Fucking fine. Do it then. Bleed me, bond me, let it all be a big fucking waste of time. You're great at that, aren't you? Drop of vitae runs down Sebastian's neck from the shallow cut being dug into his throat. The brute suddenly relents. Sebastian slides down the wall, clutching at the wound, staring daggers up at the vampire who has run his unlife for the better part of a century now, into a face that is familiar. Masav looks down at him, pitiless. You think yourself indispensable. You are not. You are simply convenient. The door behind him opens up once more. On the other side stands Regent Patton, arms folded, expression neutral. Masav turns around to exit, casting a withering look over his shoulder at his fellow Outlander. You will stay close to the court and submit to whatever penance Calais deems suitable. A friend from Texas will be arriving soon. You will make yourself useful when that happens. The former sheriff walks out. The door slams shut once more. Sebastian stares down at the crude symbol etched into the floor. Corazons for the worthy. And that ain't you. You dusty old fuck. You'll see.